channel. I hope you've all had a fabulous weekend so far and are ready for the work week ahead. If you're new to my channel or you just didn't see last week's vlog, I have started this new thing where Sundays are my full prep day and I kind of vlog what I'm doing throughout Sunday. So I've got some B-roll of some clips that I'll insert of me prepping all of my materials and kind of just getting them all ready, making the demo versions. This week we are reading In the Tall, Tall Grass by Denise Fleming. I'm doing that with my younger kiddos, the preschool, the kindergarten, the first graders, and then I have some higher level things for some of my older kids. But I'll insert some clips here of the debacle of yesterday. Hey guys, happy Saturday. It is sweltering here today. My car says it's 85 degrees. I feel like I'm melting. My actual camera's also dead, hence why we're filming on my phone. Don't mind that. I'm about to head to the library today. It is such a really pretty day outside, so I'm happy about that. Like I said, I'm heading to the library today to pick up In the Tall, Tall Grass because it was finally taken off of the shelf and put on hold for me. I tried to go yesterday, didn't realize they closed at 5, did not make it there in time. So we're gonna head there now. I am having zero luck with getting this book. Apparently they're closed for renovations, even though the website didn't say anything about that. The doors are locked. I'm having a moment, and they do not open until 10 o'clock, and I need my books for 9 o'clock on Monday. And of course, as usual, they're not open on Sundays. So I am on the hunt for In the Tall, Tall Grass. Otherwise, I will not be able to do this activity this week, and I don't know what's worse, trying to figure out how to get this book or planning an entirely new activity on a completely different book. So, not 100% sure. Really kind of frustrated right now though. Not feeling it. Hopefully, the next time I check in, I will either A, have a solution or have already acquired the book. I don't know. I need this book though. At this moment, I have not figured out a great solution, but basically I only need the storybook for one group tomorrow morning before the library opens. So I'm just gonna do something with them that's based on flowers or spring or just a completely different activity. And then before I head over to the other preschool, I'm going to go to the library and pick it up. For the most part, how I work my sessions is that we do one book a week, and the first time I see my kiddos and we read the book, I introduce it, we look at the pictures, we really go through it, and then if we have time, I have like a little activity to do on the side, but we mostly focus on the book. And then the next time I see my kids, because most of them I only see twice a week, there's a few that I see 3 times, but they can always use that extra repetition anyway. But like I said, the next time that I see them, I give them a refresher, we talk about the book, we see how much they remembered, and we just kind of go through it maybe for 3 minutes, and then we jump into the actual activity. Tomorrow, the activity that I'm going to do with my little friends is a story retell necklace, and also while we read the story, I'm going to have them pull the pieces out of some grass that I got at Michael's. Here's the grass I picked up, and I just put some cards in here, and on each card is just a picture of one of the bugs or animals that are in the story. I think this would be really cute if you got a bunch of these and put them actually in a sensory bin, and then this way it almost felt like sod when they were going through it. We're gonna work with what we've got for now because I only have this one. So, forethought for next time. It's a good idea. But this is what we're gonna do while we read the story. I'm gonna have them pull it out, and then we're just gonna stick it on a paint stick. I'm gonna get some Arlene's, I think that's what it's called, the tacky glue, so they can stick it on. Also Velcro would work, but honestly, I've spent so much money on Velcro and I keep running out, so hopefully the tacky glue is a cheaper alternative. We're gonna do this as we read the story, and then once the story is finished, I have all of these cards. I did them on cardstock so they'd be a little bit thick. And this is going to be their story retell necklace. So we're going to go through, pick out which ones came first, and we're going to tie it on their necklace. If you see one of my earlier vlogs from the very beginning of the year, I did a story retell necklace with Brown Bear, Brown Bear. They loved it, and it's a really good thing because, you know, they got to make and take something home with them, and they were able to use that to help them retell the story to their friends and to other teachers, whoever else they saw throughout the day. So I think that's a super cute idea. I have a bunch of these. I didn't laminate these ones, but hopefully just printing them on the cardstock will be enough but we will see. The next thing we're gonna make after we read In the Tall, Tall Grass the first day is we are gonna make our very own Tall, Tall Grass. I did not invent this idea. I'm sure you've all seen it on the internet. I think Speech Room News started it. Not 100% sure, but if you Google it, pretty much everybody has done it. It's a super cute idea, so obviously I'm going to borrow it. I love it because the grass basically hides not all of the pictures at once, so you can kind of look at a few at a time, and then this way it's not overwhelming for the kids. And then across the top I just wrote I see blank. We are working on expanding utterances to 2 and 3 words rather than just identifying the image. If you have higher level kids, you can write I see blank in the tall, tall grass, or in the tall, tall grass I see a whatever the vocabulary word is. But like I said, this is a super cute idea, and they get to make it and then take it home, and it's easy to rework with their parents. Then they can practice saying I see blank at home, and it's kind of self-explanatory. You can just write a little note on the back for families and things like that. So I always love to make stuff with the kids that they can bring home and kind of interact with their families so they get a little bit more practice. But this is definitely what we're doing for the other day or two. Some of my kids it'll probably take 2 days to do. With my older language kiddos, a lot of them are either working on problem solving or pragmatic goals. So what I've come up with is these giant iPhones, or I guess regular phones. It's based off of an iPhone, but I did not add everything in because it was a little crazy. And what I have are just some different kind of text conversations that they're gonna read, and then I have different responses that they can choose based on whatever they're talking about. And there's kind of like a good answer and then like a not so great answer. So for example, for one of them it says, why did you say those things to Eric today? And then somebody responded, he was being mean and he deserved it. And you know, the friend wrote back, not cool, man, no one wants you to come Saturday now. One answer that would like not be the best one is, good, I don't care, I don't want to be friends with you guys anyway. And then the other one is like, you know, I'm really sorry, I'll talk to him and apologize, or something like that. It gets kind of tricky with my older kids because they can't necessarily put themselves in the position of the characters in scenarios that I give them, where they kind of know what the right answer is, but when it comes time for them to kind of do it in real life, it's like a big struggle with the carryover. But everybody loves texting, and most of my kids, if not all, especially at these age points, have cell phones. So I think this would be a really fun activity for them to kind of pick and choose what would be a good response, what wouldn't be a good response. I also have some just blank text boxes where I can have friends that are working on kind of sentence structure and writing. They can write out their response. Or some of my higher level kids that I don't want to give 2 choices, I want them to come up with something. I'll have them write their own response of what they would say in a situation like this. But these are super awesome. I'm going to have these up in my TPT store. They're not up yet because this is like one of those activities where I just made enough to get me through the week, because I do not have the time right now to make a whole entire set. So right now it's just the 4, but I'm hoping to get at least like, you know, 20 or 30 of them, and then this way you know, you can have different cards that you can put with them and things like that. So keep an eye out for these. If this is something that you're interested in, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions for types of things to target, for my kiddos it is a lot of the time like using nice words, or some of my kids have issues with being a little too blunt and not saying things and phrasing it in a nice manner, and they don't understand why when they tell the truth or they say things their way that it hurts people's feelings. But if your kids have anything else that you guys are working on, or anything that you're kind of thinking like problem solving wise that you'd like to see that you don't have in activities that you currently are using, definitely let me know, because I would love to be able to put some of them into these activities for you. Sort of branching off of the language giant iPad-esque cell phone text conversations, I have smaller ones for my older articulation kids. Only because they're going to be able to read. I do have a struggle a lot of times getting them to read things out loud, especially if I want it to be kind of spontaneous and I don't want to have to model it for them. I've tried different passages from books, I've tried making up stories, but it never really works out as well because you're never getting as many trials as you need. And then it ends up being kind of like a silly story or something that they don't really find appealing, especially at like the 10, 11-year-old age. So I have these, and these are just text message conversations. These ones are whole conversations, and then what I did was I put the sound on top that we are targeting. While I was making everything for the kiddos this week and kind of prepping all of the activities and whatnot, I definitely wanted to make something to kind of hype myself up throughout the week. And I had ordered these tumblers a few weeks ago, and I've just kind of been like sitting and staring at them because I was so afraid to do a vinyl transfer. Like, I don't know why. It was so easy, so I don't know what I was worried about. But I ended up making my own mug, and it says Sip Sip Speech on it, and I definitely am going to utilize this week because, y'all, it got hot, and it got hot really fast. I went from my house being 62 degrees to downstairs says 84, and up in this room, I don't know if you can tell, I'm sweating. It's at least 5 degrees warmer than it is down there, so it is hot. Like, we're talking like 89 degrees, definitely almost AC weather. But I'm holding off because it's supposed to get cold again, so I don't know. Mother Nature, get your life together. I'm definitely going to use this week to put all of my drinks in at work, to kind of keep me hydrated so I don't pass out while I'm doing all of this stuff. This is one of like my new favorite things, so I definitely thought I would share that with you guys. That's everything that I have for this week that we're going to be doing in speech. All of my activities, all of the stories, my lesson plans, you name it, this is hopefully how it's going to go. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you guys are doing this week, or if you've ever done any of these activities or something similar, how they went. I would love to know and kind of get to know you guys and your therapy styles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. My handle is @thespeechloft. That's where I'm going to be posting everything as it happens. So if anything crazy goes down, you'll see it in my Instagram stories. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.